Welcome everyone, thanks for joining us for today's episode of Canal Days. As always, I am your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. Our Canal Days series delves into the vast collection of historical sites throughout Massachusetts, with Robert's expertise of the local history as our personal guide. Each episode, we uncover history throughout local communities, highlighting their historic landmarks and uncovering their seminal significance. Today's episode of Canal Days, we'll be discussing the Smith College campus in Northampton, Massachusetts. So, recount the origins of Smith College.
Sophia Smith of Hatfield set money in her will to start up two educational institutions. One was Smith College, and it would be the first college for women in the United States. The other one was Hatfield Academy. It's a private but quasi-public high school in Hatfield, where students from Hatfield could go to high school years. Both still exist. In 1871, Smith College was chartered, but of course a lot of work to get it ready. You need professors, you need buildings. 1875, they had their first students ever. So September of 150 years ago, Smith College opened up. So it's their sesquicentennial this month, and that is a big deal by itself. Now, it's still a women's college. It has graduate programs for a small amount of subjects, but it's mostly an undergraduate college. And it's in Northampton, Massachusetts, which itself has changed drastically through the years. And today we're going to talk about the landscape and also what the geography is like around this area and its academic life as much as possible.
And who was the architect that designed the landscape of the college?
Frederick Law Olmsted and his two sons, the Olmsted brothers, are the designer of that beautiful landscape around the whole campus. They didn't do the plans, but they drew up the plans, and so they had private local contractors come and do the actual design for them. And it's quite a beautiful design. Not only Smith College, but nearby Montauk College also had Frederick Law Olmsted and his two sons come in and design, I think, twice. And so these two beautiful campuses have kept a lot of the designs, and hopefully it stays with it. Now they've added buildings, so some of the design has gone away naturally, but some is still around. Notice that Smith College has lots of curves to it, and that's a sign of the Olmsteds. And lots of green spaces, curved roads, and walkways. A lot of elevation, not too many elevation changes, but some. And then a lot of trees and bushes, right? All signs of the Olmsteds. The Olmsteds, of course, are the people that made the Emerald Necklace in Boston and other gorgeous landscapes around, of course, Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and lots more. And they were based in Massachusetts, so they had a lot of work here, but their number one job in the whole world was, I forget, their number one work in the whole world was Central Park in New York City.
And stick around, and we'll be right back after this quick announcement. Are you fascinated by local history and eager to investigate the obscure treasures off the beaten path throughout the state of Massachusetts? Or maybe just seeking an unforgettable cultural activity for family and friends to enjoy? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Como. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you're interested in canals, cemeteries, charming churches, or more, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not it. You can also schedule private tours tailored to your interests, ensuring a personalized adventure and unforgettable memories. Perfect for families or groups of all sizes, making for an exciting hands-on learning experience that brings history to life. Simply visit hoyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214 @yahoo.com to book your private tour today. Getting back to our episode, can you depict the Paradise Pond?
There is a dam that holds back Paradise Pond on the campus of Smith College. There used to be a mill there called the Maynard Shovel Mill, and it was right at the edge of that dam. It had a canal bring the water in for power, and they made shovels and hoes for many, many decades. Skyline of the dam is still there. It backs up the water of the Mill River, and it placed it into a canal. Nowadays, the water just goes over the dam itself. So Paradise Pond is not natural. It's a brook under there, or a river, the Mill River. So it looks gorgeous, but it's not natural, and a lot of students at Smith College would not know that. But of course, the dam is there, and that alone is a sign that in Massachusetts, if you have a dam and a reservoir, you probably had a mill and a canal, and of course, Massachusetts was the center of the American Industrial Revolution. And this is true about a lot of college campuses around Massachusetts. Right down the middle of them, a lot of them, there is a brook and a dam, and it's a sign that it was usually a power dam, sometimes a storage dam. But you expect that in Massachusetts if you know its industrial history.
And define the academic life.
Nowadays, they have a full body of academic subjects of all the sciences and a beautiful science center. They also have a social workers graduate school, which is well respected around the United States. And they have an engineering school, has about 25 years ago or so. And of course, they have the classics and the English courses and the humanities courses, and arts and dance. Dance is part of the 5 college curriculum. It's one of the 5 colleges based in Amherst, South Hadley, and Northampton. And for that reason alone, it's a very strong school because it can share resources. It doesn't have a very extensive graduate school, but that's fine. It should cater to the undergraduates and serve them well. Now, since it caters to one gender only for the undergraduates, the academic life over the past 150 years probably has gone from medium to around from 1920s up to 1980s, very high, and then since 1980s back to medium. So I think the academics have gotten a little bit lower over the past half century. But still, it's well respected, and it's in Northampton, which is considered to be a very academic and a very social place, and a very progressive place. And the same with Amherst. There's buses all over the place, and the social life has everything you could possibly want. And the geography is gorgeous around the Hampshire County and the rest of the Connecticut River Valley. So for all those reasons, I've stayed around this area. And I took one class at Smith College when I was a sophomore, because I took an astronomy class, and I took 4 astronomy classes, one at each of the different 5 colleges, except for Hampshire College. So I know the campus really well.
And thanks for listening to our Canal Days episode of the Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts, and joining us on our journey through the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden and overlooked marvels and their fascinating stories that shaped our past in the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Camus, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore the Canal Days video and podcast series at holyokecanaltour.org. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Until next time.